Welcome to Financial Roll Call. I'm Johnny, a police officer and military veteran. This channel is about discipline, long-term thinking, and building financial security the same way we build careers, through consistency, structure, and decisions that compound over time. No hype, no shortcuts, just clear thinking and repeatable systems. Over time feels good. The extra check, the bigger deposit, the bigger month. You look at your pay stub and think, I'm crushing it. But what if I told you? Overtime can become a financial drug, not because it's bad, but because it creates dependency, and dependency kills long-term stability. Today we're breaking down the psychology of overtime addiction, the tax bracket confusion officers misunderstand, the lifestyle inflation trap, the burnout cost, and how to use overtime strategically instead of emotionally. Let's get uncomfortable for a few minutes. Overtime hits fast. You work an extra shift, you see the result immediately. There's no waiting, no compounding timeline, no delayed gratification. You sacrifice sleep and instantly get paid. That feedback loop is powerful. It creates a psychological reward system. Work more, earn more, feel successful. It feels productive. It feels disciplined. It feels like control. But here's the danger. Short-term income spikes do not equal long-term wealth. They equal short-term liquidity. Liquidity is not wealth. Assets are wealth. Here's how the cycle starts. Step 1. You work overtime to pay off debt or build savings. That's healthy. Step 2. You get used to the higher income. Your baseline expectations rise. Step 3. You upgrade your lifestyle slightly. Maybe a better vehicle, a bigger house, more subscriptions, or a higher spending ceiling. Step 4. Your fixed expenses now require overtime just to maintain. That's where the trap locks in. You are no longer working overtime strategically. You are working overtime to survive. Your own upgraded lifestyle, that is financial dependency, and dependency reduces freedom. Now let's talk about something almost every officer says. Overtime isn't worth it. It all goes to taxes. That statement is partially wrong. Here's the truth. The United States tax system is marginal, meaning only the income that falls into the higher bracket gets taxed at that rate. Example, let's say you earn $85,000 base, you work overtime and push to $105,000. The first $85,000 is taxed normally. Only the additional $20,000 is taxed at the higher marginal rate. You do not lose money by earning more. But here's the real issue. Higher earnings increase total tax paid, withholding fluctuations, potential bracket creep, and reduced eligibility for certain deductions, so overtime still nets positive income. But after taxes, the gain is smaller than it looks. Now combine that with burnout, fatigue, and health decline. The true cost of overtime isn't just taxes, it's sustainability. Working consistent overtime increases stress, cortisol, injury risk, emotional fatigue, and relationship strain. Burnout can lead to medical leave, early retirement, divorce, discipline issues, and reduced promotion performance. If you burn out at 43 and plan to work until 55, that's 12 years of lost earning potential. Overtime front loads income. Burnout shortens the income timeline. You may earn more now, but earn less over your career. That's negative compounding. Overtime can also become identity. You become known as the grinder, the guy who always picks up, the reliable one. That feels good. But if your identity becomes tied to maximum output, what happens when your body says no? Or when the department reduces overtime availability? Or when budget constraints eliminate extra shifts? If your financial plan assumes unlimited overtime, it's fragile. Fragility creates anxiety. Let's break this down simply. Officer A, Works 20 hours of overtime weekly, earns an extra $30,000 per year, spends most of it, saves $5,000. Officer B works 10 hours of overtime weekly, earns an extra $15,000, invests $12,000. 10 years later, Officer A spent the difference, burned out earlier, has minimal asset growth. Officer B built a $150,000 to $200,000 investment portfolio, depending on market returns. The difference isn't overtime. The difference is how overtime was used. Overtime can be fuel, or it can be fire. If you're working overtime, use it intelligently. Direct overtime income into 457 contributions. A Roth IRA, brokerage investing, or debt elimination. Why? Because tax-advantaged accounts reduce taxable income. If you earn $20,000 in overtime and put $15,000 into a retirement account, you reduce current tax exposure and increase long-term growth. That turns overtime into asset acquisition, not consumption. That's strategic. Most officers don't get hurt by taxes. They get hurt by lifestyle creep. Example, base salary supports a $2,000 mortgage. With overtime, you upgrade to a $3,000 mortgage. Now you must maintain overtime to sustain the house. You lost optionality. Optionality equals freedom. Freedom equals control. If your fixed expenses can be covered by base salary alone, overtime becomes leverage. If they can't, overtime becomes obligation. Here's what disciplined overtime looks like. Number 1, base salary covers fixed lifestyle. Number 2, overtime is capped intentionally. Number 3, overtime income goes to investing, asset building, or emergency reserves. Number 4, health remains prioritized. Number 5, exit strategy remains intact. That's power. You're not anti-overtime, you're anti-dependency. The problem is not overtime, the problem is unconscious reliance. You protect your partner on shift, you think ahead tactically. Apply that same mindset financially. Ask yourself, if overtime disappeared tomorrow, would my household destabilize? If the answer is yes, you have work to do. Not judgment, not shame, adjustment. Overtime is not evil, it's a tool, but like any tool, it can be misused. If you let overtime define your lifestyle, your spending, or your identity, it becomes a financial drug. Short-term reward, long-term cost. Use overtime to buy assets, not liabilities. Use overtime to build independence, not dependence. Ownership, discipline, long-term thinking. This is Financial Roll Call.